There are very few places in the world that can match the Côte d'Azur for the blend of perfect sea, perfect beaches, rocks, nature, and wide open skies. It's a very high profile site. It's directly overlooking the water, and I didn't want anything that would be too aggressive to look at from the sea. This is a project we call Cap Ferrat. It's a villa set in a lush garden overlooking the sparkling seas of the Côte d'Azur. It's a response to the architectural heritage of the area, but clearly a contemporary approach to a grand seaside villa. I first arrived on the site in about 2007, 2008, and the site itself was charming because it was a small house, single story, set in a slight wilderness that had become more wild because it had been abandoned for about 5 years. The client's brief when he gave it to me was that I don't want an anonymous white box. I want a building that is timeless. I want a building that responds to the whole architectural heritage of the area. We had to come up with a concept as what was particular to the area, what made the Cap so special. And obviously it's the view of the sea. And then the question was, how do you make a building focused around a view? And we came up with this idea that we would make the whole building would be a series of blinkers, concrete, strong walls that would lead from the back of the site to the front of the site. So you'd stand anywhere and you'd be focused, your view was focused to the sea. When you looked at the building from the back, it would be shut down. When you opened the door, the view would open up in front of you. So we then had to come up with a way whereby how do we create a concrete wall that lets light into it. And so I came up with this idea of making the concrete wall of honeycombed glass blocks. So from the outside, we cast these white concrete blocks that had quite a small opening. They shrouded the glass block with a small hexagonal opening. But then on the inside, where we wanted it to open out and explode, bring the light shining into the room, we were able to angle the facets of the hexagon and create this tunnel, this funnel, where the light fell on the outside and then was dispersed gently through to the inside. And these blocks took a long time to design, took a long time to manufacture, then took a long time to go through the process of testing that they would be waterproof, that they'd be insulating. Finally, we got permission to use them, and they then got built in actually very fast. People have asked to use it in other buildings, but we've always resisted it, or we've always refused use of it anywhere else, because it was a design, it was a detail designed for this house. It had a purpose, it had a focus, it had a way of meeting a brief. I don't want it used anywhere else. It's specific to this little area of the Cap. You come in from the street, a lovely oak door flanked by 2 perfect white concrete columns, and you're straight into a garden that's overrun, run riot. It's got jasmine everywhere, it's got an avocado tree, it's got urns that have banana palms coming out. You're in the middle of a jungle, which is lovely. And you're walking towards the house, but you have no idea you're near the sea. The sea is completely hidden from you. And it isn't until you go underneath your portico, which we designed to give hints of the ambition of the project as a whole. It's a very tall, it's an 8-metre portico. So you're standing under this 8-metre portico and you open the front door, and then you're in the entrance hall. And this entrance hall leads you to the kitchen on one side, a cloakroom on the other. It's illuminated by an 8-metre high concrete wall with glass blocks set into it, beautifully modulating the light. And directly opposite that wall is the opening to the living room. And that opening is a threshold which you pause at. You pause at it because the living room is 3 steps down. And we set it 3 steps down, partly to get the extra height for the room, and partly to make you pause at that threshold and take in the view of the Mediterranean outside. And so the Mediterranean Sea is seen through a series of episodes where you have terraces leading to another terrace, leading to a garden, leading to bushes, leading to more greenery, and then finally you get the blue of the sea itself and that amazing horizon you get. You step down into the living room. On your left-hand side is a private office. And then you can turn right and you go into the dining room. So the dining room itself and the office and the living room are all on one level. And then you can go back up some steps and you come back to the kitchen. Whilst it was originally intended for the kitchen to be open to the dining room and open to the Mediterranean beyond, it was later decided to keep the kitchen totally isolated from the dining room. And then you can come out of the kitchen and you come back into the main hallway. You either go downstairs to the garage and the service areas, or you go upstairs. And as you rise up through this 8-metre atrium, you're lit from above by a very beautiful skylight which lets light down. And then you come straight to the master bedroom suite. And the master bedroom suite has a dressing room and a bathroom. And then you can go further down the corridor and you get to the family bedrooms. There are 2 family bedrooms. Each bedroom very carefully designed to be unique, with very beautiful ensuite bathrooms. Very particular, their own style, their own character. Every room on that top floor has its own very unique atmosphere. In many ways, this is a house about details. The details were worked out over many years. I used zellige tiles that were shaped in a fish scale, which seemed very appropriate for its nature for the area. And these soft green, sagey green tiles decorate the underside of that roof canopy and create a link to Belle Epoque buildings that surround it all the way around. The fundamental process of this building was to create a white concrete building. The quality of the concrete had to be the same quality of carved marble. And so we cast the columns of the building using a shipbuilder who'd built us the molds which were used to actually form the shapes. We'd experimented for over a year with different concrete mixes, and then we were left with what we've got, which is as close to perfection in this kind of white concrete language as anyone, I think, is ever going to get. It was months to prepare, and the end result was almost entirely perfect. The floor was cast as a collaborative effort between us and Laboratorio Morselletto in Vicenza. They worked with us over a year to develop a mix that would be very particular to this house, and then the outcome, because they're very good at it, is this wonderful even mix of a white iridescent background enlivened by these little pops of colour throughout. It's interesting looking back on the project now. We finished it in 2017 and I'm now in it in 2025. I think it was a very successful project. It feels spacious, it feels ambitious, it feels gracious. You feel you flow through the building rather than you're overwhelmed by it. It's a family home. I think it's been successful by being a family home rather than a trophy house. It never feels as though it's trying too hard. It's a house by the seaside with beautiful materials, as close to perfect detailing as we could come up with the enormous luxury of having a client who was prepared to wait and prepared to think and prepared to encourage us to push our ideas to the point where we felt we've reached something that we're all hugely proud of.